What up, what up, what up? Hey, it's your boy G, man, and we're back on with Talking with G. Man, it feel like it's been forever since I seen y'all or talked to y'all, man, on Talking with G. We just had the holidays, so I was trying to let everybody enjoy their families and myself enjoy my family as well, man. So hey, I'm glad to be back on with y'all, man. I hope y'all had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving, man. We have a lot of things to be grateful for, man. Uh, and I just hope that y'all had a blessed one. Um, it's been a nice little ride this past week for myself. So I'm gonna give y'all a little inside story of what's going on in my life right now. Um, so we had Thanksgiving. Everything went great until, of course, Thanksgiving Day Cowboys versus Washington game. Uh, we will get into that with talking with G. So things started going downhill after that, man. Uh, my boys took a beating, lost some players, but hey, I still had Thanksgiving food, man. I still had my apple pie and my sweet potato pie and my cream cheesecake and my turkey leg and my sweet potato souffle, my my dressing, my ham. I still had all my good stuff still, so I wasn't as down as you would think a man would be after his team takes a beating like that. Come Friday, man, my doggone basement almost flooded. So right now, if you hear anything in the background, um, I got fans blowing my ground, my floor dry. So that's what's been going on. I'm trying to. I'm doing. I was doing a DIY in my bathroom, but I had to get somebody else to do it. So uh, ended up trying to put my shower cap, my shower whole what's the faucet, the shower faucet on, man, and water just came flowing out, and we could not find the valve to cut it off. So that's what pursued after that. The little bit of flooding uh, began happening. The guy who was doing it, man, he was a soldier, dog. The man was standing in front of the faucet, man, while the water was splatting out, man. He was trying to stop it with his hand, his stomach, his back. He was doing everything possible, man, to keep the water from coming out. The man's whole body was soaking wet. Uh, he ended up figuring out something to put inside to keep the water from coming out. Then he made a little contraption to keep the water, if it does get out a little bit, it'll hit the little plastic thing he built on there until we can find the valve. We ended up finding the valve up in the ceiling. Why in the world would they put the valve in the ceiling? Bro, I don't know. They try to set me up for failure, man. But y'all know I'm not gonna fail. Not gonna fail. So that's what's been going on in your boy life, man. Happy anniversary to my wife, man. Thank you for allowing me to be down here right now doing my show. Um, so 6 years strong. So we rolling, man. We rolling. So like I said, man, thank y'all for joining me, man. I see I got a couple on Lisa, Mike, my boy Eddie, always representing y'all. My cousin Amelia, man, I appreciate you joining, bro. Love you, baby. So today's topics, man, we gonna jump in. Uh, Before I get started on that, remember to like, subscribe, and comment. You send me your comments on Talking with G on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. If you don't have Twitter, man, get on there, man. Twitter is so much fun. You see so much, man. You see the talent and the humor that a lot of these people have in this world, man. Twitter has to be the funniest social media outlet out there, bro. Like if you ain't on Twitter, man, you gotta get on, man. The memes, the things people say, hilarious, hilarious. So remember that. Follow your boy, like, subscribe on all those social media outlets. So today's topics, man. I got to talk about my boys. After a tough loss, um, it was more than just a loss, though. We lost more than just the game, man. We lost players, uh, Pro Bowlers. So we definitely are in a situation, man, that no matter what we do, it seems like we lose a player each and every game, man. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the coaching staff, man. I feel, just my opinion, I feel like our coaching staff is taking a beating, unwarranted, for what they have to deal with, what they've had to deal with over the course of the season, man. They have been trying to do any and everything to get a dub, and they're taking a beating for it. But we gonna talk about that. I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel about it, and I want y'all to tell me how y'all feel about it as well, man. Don't let this just be about G. I know it's talking with G, but that means y'all are talking with me. So I want to know what y'all think too as well. Also, the play on execution, man. I think the call is being called execution wise. We're not executing the plays that they should be executed. If we would have done what we were supposed to have done on the play, a lot of our plays would be successful. So we'll talk about that as well. And next year, and I know everybody out here is not Cowboys fans. I understand that. And I know that y'all are tired of hearing us say, next year is our year. But hey, that's what we believe. So I don't care if y'all don't like it. Next year is going to be our year, man. We are built, well, not right now, but when everybody comes back, we will be ready and primed to make that run. The coaching staff is the coaching staff we need to make that run. So we're going to talk about that as well. We're also going to do game picks, man. My boy Mike Prince, man, he be on it. He be on me and the rest of the boys from 40, man, to make sure we do our picks. So we going to do picks. We're going to do picks. I got 6 games I'm going to put out there for y'all, man. Tennessee, Indy, Carolina, Minnesota, Oakland, Atlanta, San Fran, LA Rams, KC, Tampa Bay, and Chicago, Green Bay. Yes, indeed. So I want y'all to pick those games. Send me y'all picks in, man. Type it in the comments on either Facebook or wherever you are, man. Send it in. Let me see what y'all picks are, man. And I'm going to give you my picks. Yeah, D. My boy D said, Dwayne Happel, man. He said, we struggling without the fans in the stands. We play off the home crowd. Yeah, that's 90,000 fans that the Cowboys are playing without. Well, not 95. We're doing about 65,000 now that we're without because we're only doing 25%. So we're doing about 20,000 fans or whatever it is. So we're missing about 65,000 fans. And the bad part about it, Wayne, I would agree with you on that, bro, but the fans don't really get into it until like the third or fourth quarter. I think the Cowboy fans are so lax, man, that they don't really – it's not really as loud as you would think it should be for a stadium that huge. And I think because it's so open, too, and the roof opens up, you don't really get to the full surround sound that you would get like at a New Orleans Dome or the Minnesota Vikings Dome. Like it's so loud because it's so covered and close. The Cowboys are so spread out. Oh, yeah, they can get it to about 103, man. If they open up everything, they can get us to about 103, and that's like the standing room and everything, all that included. So, yeah, it can get up to 103,000, man. So you're absolutely right. And they like you said, it gets loud, but it doesn't get loud like, I guess because I'm a fan, it doesn't get loud like I really wanted to get loud. I want it to be so loud that the other team can't hear. We don't get to that point in the beginning of the game. We get to it, like I said, if it's close down the stretch, it'll get loud. But if it's a blowout, it's not going to be loud. If the first quarter, the opposing team has the ball, we're not making a whole lot of noise on defense to to make it too loud for the offense to be able to work. So that's my only issue with that, with the Cowboys. And I said that like when my first game I went to, and man, I was yelling louder than the people that was, I guess, who have season tickets. It didn't seem like they was into the game. It was like, oh, we just had another game. But for the fan, we was out there losing it. So we're gonna talk about that. Also, man, this Pittsburgh-Baltimore COVID situation, man. I agree with what they're doing by pushing the game back to Tuesday. I agree with not allowing them to play or whatever and all that. I'm all in favor of that. But why are they allowing the Broncos to go forward with their game and they have the same issues? I believe all Denver's quarterbacks are all out with COVID. They don't even have a quarterback on the roster to come up. I think they're gonna bring somebody out the practice squad, and they're playing with 8 or 9 some odd practice squad players. So why is it okay for Denver and New Orleans to continue to play, and not Baltimore and Pittsburgh? So I have an issue with that. I think that's wrong. I think the football is a joke for that, man. If you're taking COVID serious, then take COVID serious. You can't take COVID serious for one team and not for the other team. This is it can't be the same for every. I mean, it's got to be the same for everybody. It can't be different for everybody else. So I think that's horrible. So we're gonna talk about that, and then also, man, we got to talk about this fight last night. How many of y'all watched the fight last night, man? I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. I talked about it. I was pumped up about it. I was ready to watch the fight, man. And then I saw the weigh-in, and their bodies looked like my body, and I was immediately turned off by trying to watch that. Yeah, so I ended up watching the fight today on YouTube, and it actually was a good fight. Surprisingly, it was actually a good fight, man. Very entertaining. And now I feel bad that I missed it. But I've been hearing great things about not the fight so much, but the commentary that Snoop gave, man. Yeah, man. I heard that Snoop was the MVP of last night. Yeah, you're right. My boy Wayne said Tyson was the old as hell in the face. He did, man. He did. Their bodies, though, dog. Their bodies. That you saw your boy when they came out. Mike Tyson had to he pulled his pants up over his stomach, and your boy Roy Jones said, "Forget it. I'm just gonna let my stomach hang over my belt line." Man, I was like, man, I can't pay $50 for this, bro. I can't do it, man. And then to watch, I didn't see it, like I said, but Twitter has everything. Then I see your boy Nate Robinson, man, get the Martin Lawrence knockout. Boy, good Lord. Twitter just killing him, man. They said he took black folks, they took him back 10 steps, dog, with that fight, man. It was the NBA ain't claiming him no more. NBA player said that's not a that's not a representation of what the NBA players are. It's bad, man. They said he still sleep. Man, it's bad. Somebody did a tweet, a meme, dog, and it had somebody said that Nate Robinson got the sonic rings knocked out of him, and when they get him with the uppercut, man, that dog or that right hook, the doggone, everybody remember Sonic Hedgehog and them rings, man, them rings came out his head when he got hit, dog. That had to have been the funniest. Yeah, Nate will be laughed at forever in a day, dog. Like, cause if y'all remember Nate in basketball, man, Nate was aggressive. Nate was like, he was small in stature, but he was like a bully though. Like he always wanted to fight. He always wanted to get in somebody's face. Uh, he was a dog on the court. Um, so he really gives that basketball players can't fight uh, saying a real truth, man. He gives truth to that name, dog. That that woo. And like I said, the parts that I saw from Nate, man, he just didn't. He looked like he was ready to street ball. I mean, street fight. And I don't even know who this guy is who got beat by the YouTuber. Does anybody know who this YouTuber is? What does he do on YouTube? But it looked like the YouTuber might have had some boxing background or something, man. I mean, he looked like he was pretty good. I didn't see that one, baby boy. I didn't see that one. Boy, Wayne said he saw a meme with Nate sleeping on a mattress. The question was, what's your sleep number? Yeah, I didn't see that one, dog. That is hilarious. Yeah, Nate can never go back into the hood, dog. Nate can never. He might not want to go around his family for a while, dog. It's gonna be bad. The NBA family. Steph Curry was actually worried about, was this man okay, man? He tweeted out, man, I hope he's okay. So even Dikembe Mutombo even tweeted out, oh man, Nate, and put his hand on his face. Like, anytime Dikembe tweets out anything, it's major, dog. So, we gonna jump into that too. I might have jumped a little bit too much into it right now, but we're gonna jump a little more later on, man. So those are the topics for today, man. I appreciate y'all jumping on. Wayne, man, love y'all, baby. Let's get into it, man. So, Cowboys, man, my boys took a L to the Washington football team once again. The first time in a minute, man, we've been swept by this team. And I know a lot of people say since the Jason Garrett era, we probably never been swept by the Washington football team. But this 2020 season has been a season of its own, man. It's carried a season of its own, man, by everything that's going on in this season. And this game was no different from any other game for us. We battled tough in the first half, but on our first drive, everybody knows we moved our Pro Bowl right guard, All-Pro, future Hall of Famer, Zach Martin, to right tackle because Terrence Steele was not doing the job over there. He was horrible. So a decision had to be made, which was made during the Minnesota game, or right before the Minnesota game. Moving Zach Martin out to right tackle. Had a great game. Great game plan. Kellen Moore called his best game, it seemed like. And I think a lot of that is attributed to the move that they made for Zach Martin to go out. So back-to-back weeks, we figure, hey, man, this is going to be great. We're going to go along with the same offensive line, and we should be able to move the ball, which we did. The first drive we came out, bam, 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 bam. Our left tackle, Cam Irving, who was filling in for Tyron Smith, who was actually filling in for Brandon Knight, because Brandon Knight got hurt. So we put in Cam Irving. Cam Irving got hurt on the first drive, like 6 plays into the drive. So we lost our left tackle. Bring in Brandon Knight, who just came off an injury. Thank God. All right. Then, a couple plays later, our right tackle, which is actually our right guard, goes down with a calf injury. First drive, we've lost our left tackle and our right tackle. We go down, we end up settling for a field goal. So all that momentum that we had in that first drive went away just like that. All right. Then we come back. I thought the game was over then. But we was able to matriculate a little bit down the field each drive. Still wasn't finishing well, and then we hit them with a bomb. to Amari Cooper. Great. We're in the game, man. I think it was like 10-7 or something like that. We're in the game. Things were going well. Defense was playing well. Defense was going back and forth with them. They were stopping them here and there. They were holding uh, Washington close. They were still giving up a lot of yards per attempt in the running game, but they were making stops when they needed to. Like on third down, they was getting off the field on third down. In the beginning, I think we ended up going into the half down like 17-10 or something like that. And it went downhill from there. So we tried to, and so just to go on to the next one, man. The coaching staff. Once you lose your left tackle and your right tackle, we played without them in the first Washington game, and it was an embarrassment. We put up a total of 3 points because we could not block for Andy Dalton. And when they went out, I understand. Now let me just tell you, this is just my thinking. I understand why they were doing all these trick plays and gadget plays, man. You've seen what happened to your quarterback the last time you didn't have these players. So you try to help your team out by not putting your quarterback in that situation again. So you try to put these different trick plays in. To try to get something going, man. To try to get some kind of momentum. And honestly, they were great calls. I didn't like the fake reverse punt. I didn't like it, especially at the time. But the play was designed very well. The play was open, but Cedric Wilson decided not to throw it to C.J. Goodwin, who was running down the field. I know they had the punter running for like 10 yards, but he was open for a second, but the defensive player was coming to catch him. So it would have been close. You don't want your punter getting hit. So I can see you not throwing it to him. But the guy past him had nobody within 20 yards of him. And Wilson didn't throw it to him. If he'd have threw it to him, that's a 30-yard play. So, and people say, well, you just expecting this man to catch the ball. This ain't the first time they ran it. Like, they've ran this before. They've practiced that. So, of course, they expect that man to catch the ball. I mean, that's why they drew it up like that. I mean, if they didn't think the man can catch, he wouldn't have been out there. They didn't just draw this up in the ground. This wasn't backlot ball. This was something that they designed for that to happen. So, yes, I expect that man to catch the ball. But they didn't execute the play, man. So, no, he's not a quarterback, but he played he played quarterback in college some. So he has quarterback skills. He threw a touchdown already this season for us. So that's what I'm saying. They ran that with him before. So he could have thrown it. He just didn't trust it. Or he just didn't see the guy. He looked at his first read and his first read was the punter. But he didn't look at the second read. He was like, man, the first read ain't open, I'm done. And like you said, I guess he's not a quarterback, so he ain't trying to look for the second read. But he had a ton of time. Like, he had a ton of time. He could have looked at him. But but I think that's all execution, man. I think it's all execution. What other one did we have that they messed it all up? There was two of them that we just jacked up, man. Like, just not doing what we're supposed to do, and that's been all season. Our execution on our plays have been horrible all season, man. So I think our coaches are getting a bad rap because our players aren't executing. I think the coaches are doing everything possible to try to get a dub. Uh, I wouldn't, but I understand why he did, because you like you said, you try to catch the team off guard. You try to do. You don't get them when they think you're gonna do it. You try to do it when they don't think you. They don't. Nobody thinks they're gonna do a fake punt on the 10-yard line or the 15-yard line. Nobody thinks that. So that's when you do it. You don't do it when you're at the 45. Everybody thinks you're gonna do it then. Uh, so I understand why he did it. I understand, because if it would have worked, we would have had no problem with it. Um, so that's just my take on it. I believe that they they are taking chances because we're not that great of a team. So, and we know that we can't continue to throw our defense out there because we know they'll wear down as they did in the second half. So I think, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with what they're doing, man. They're scratching and and I keep on messing this up. Scratching and crawl, not crawling, scratching and crawl. Somebody help me out with that. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Dang it. You know when you scratch them and you clawing. There you go. Scratching and clawing. There you go. There you go. Clawing. That thing always get me. I don't know why that word gets me, but it got me. Um, so yeah, I think my boys are getting unwarranted criticism, man. I am sipping the doggone uh, Mike McCarthy Kool-Aid, bro. I've seen what he's done with the pieces that we have. I've seen what he's done with the limited amount of resources that we have on the field. This man is playing. Let me break this down for y'all. A lot of people don't understand this, man. These are starters that we are playing without. Hey, what up, Stanley Carter? My boy Stan is on. Let me tell you. Let me show y'all something, man. Tyron Smith, starter, out. La'el Collins, starter, out. Zach Martin, out. Tyler Biotis, out. These are all starters. These are all our starters on our offensive line. Blake Jarwin, our starting tight end, out. Anthony Brown, our starting cornerback, out. Andy Dalton was out for a game or two. He's our backup quarterback. Dak Prescott, our starting quarterback, out. Gerald McCoy, and people don't even understand, we lost Gerald McCoy right before the season started. He was going to be our starting D tackle, out. Our backup D tackle, Tristan Hill, out. Uh, Trayvon Diggs, out, our other starting cornerback. Leighton Vander missed 4 games, our starting linebacker. Sean Lee, our backup linebacker, just came back. Randy Gregory. Everybody forgets Randy Gregory didn't play the first 6 games of the season. Now we're going to go to the backups. Cam Irving, out. Brandon Knight, out. Do you see, and those two are all offensive linemen. So we've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 offensive linemen for the season. 6 offensive linemen for the season, not for a game, for the season, dog. You're playing with 3rd and 4th string linemen. That's unheard of. And you don't have your starting quarterback. That is, man, you can't bounce back from something like that, man. And we've lost, like I said, on both sides of the ball. Hey, yeah, Stanley Carter, man, you know we can't jump ship, baby boy. You know, hey, this is Cowboys for life. All day, every day, baby. We can't jump ship. We're not like them Dolphins fans, man. Y'all go into hiding when y'all don't do well. You don't know a Dolphins fan until they're winning. That's the only time you find a Dolphins fan. Otherwise, you don't know Dolphin fans until that point. When they're above 500, that's when they come out. So, um, yeah, oh yeah, third pick. Yeah, we gonna be up there, man. So, Zach, like I said, Zach and Cam Irving are out for they say 4 to 6 weeks, but we don't have a 7 weeks left in the season. I think 6 weeks left in the season, so there's no need to bring them back, man. So they are done for the season. I don't see us. I don't see us winning another game. My boy said he's a diehard Dolphins fan. Diehard Dolphins fan. Yeah, y'all die hard when y'all winning. Y'all ain't die hard when you're losing though. You don't never hear from you when you're losing. So, um, so with that being said, man, this coaching staff is definitely good enough to take us to the promised land, take us to where we haven't been in 27 years, man. We are. I'm sorry, 25 years, y'all. 25 years. We're ready, man. And especially with, like you said, we're gonna get a good draft pick. If we go all defense in this draft, we will make noise. Mike Nolan is I know he hasn't done well where he's been. I understand that, and it doesn't look well. It doesn't look good for us right now either. I understand that too, but. And maybe I'm just a homer, dog. I might just be a homer. Hey, I'm okay with that. They seem to be turning things around. And I believe that you see us next year with Dak Prescott, that offensive line, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz back. We will be, barring any injury, we will be a top team. And we will be fighting for the Super Bowl next year. So, all my Cowboy fans, find out where the Super Bowl is at next year and start booking your seats, dog. Booking your tickets, booking your hotel room, dog, because we going next year. We will be there. And not just to watch the game, dog. We're going to be in the game. All right? You hear me? All right, so let's move on to game picks, man. Game picks. I told y'all we got Tennessee, Indy, Carolina, Minnesota, Oakland, Atlanta, San Fran, LA Rams, Kansas City, Tampa Bay, Chicago, and Green Bay. And I know I'm going to give y'all a bonus game, but our bonus game was going to be the Cowboys in Washington. So, you know I already lost that game. And last week, I'm going to tell y'all my picks last week because I think the boy got down last week, dog. Your boy got down. Let me tell y'all. I picked the Rams over Tampa Bay. I picked Cleveland over Philly. I lost Atlanta over New Orleans. I thought they was going to play better. I did. I won up Tennessee, Baltimore. I lost the Green Bay Indy game. That was a hell of a game. Green Bay actually should have won that game. They messed it up. But Indy's tough, man. Indy tough. And I said it was going to be a tough game. Kansas City, Las Vegas. I lost that game. I had it until Pat, my homie, just showed why he's worth that $500 million. So yeah, Dallas, Minnesota. I won that one. So I only lost 2 games. No, 3 games. So I went 4-3 again. It felt better. I don't know. I think it felt better because Green Bay should have won that game and Las Vegas should have won that game. So I think that's why I felt like I did so much better than 4-3. I really felt like I went 6-1. I mean, but hey, it is what it is. 4-3. I've been 4-3 the last couple weeks. So this week, let's see what your boy's gonna go, man. Prince, show me your picks, man. Tell me what you got on there, bro. So I'm going with. Let's go with the. Let's go backwards. Let's go Chicago Green Bay first. Um, Chicago's not trying to win any games. Chicago is. They must be in tank mode, and I know people don't like to hear tank mode, but they're starting my Mitchell Trubisky. That there is no other reason than tanking for Mitchell Trubisky to be starting. So that's my. I would never pick Chicago with Trubisky at quarterback. I'm going with Green Bay. All right. Let's Kansas City, Tampa Bay. Ooh, the GOAT against the future GOAT. Uh, Brady against Pat Mahomes. Man, this should be a pretty high scoring game. Uh, but Tampa Bay's not gonna be able to keep up with Kansas City, man. You're starting to see the age in the GOAT, and he may have stayed maybe a year too long. Uh, and it might be starting to show, man. And yeah, I'm up and down. I'm a football fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm a football fan. So one week I might say Tom Brady looks amazing, and then after seeing him play the next game, he looks like he's too old, and that's what's happening. But I think that's what's happening when you get old, man. You get old. One day you feel great, but then the next day you got a hard time getting up. One day your feet ain't hurting. The next day your feet killing you. One day your ankle feel great. You can go out there and play ball. The next day, man, you feel like you walk on a rock, and you might lose your whole kneecap and ankle. So that's that old age, man. And that's what's happening with Brady, man. Brady feels good one day, and next one he don't. So I'm going with Kansas City. San Fran and the Los Angeles Rams. San Fran is in the same boat as the Cowboys. They have probably not just as many injuries as the Cowboys have, but they're close, man. They have a ton of injuries and key players as well, just like the Cowboys. But they always play the Rams tough. They always seem to give the Rams problems. They always seem to go back and forth with the Rams.